Welcome to Karma Education. This is the channel for UGC NET Education subject. And in this video, I am Konkanapal going to discuss about National Curriculum Framework or NCF 2005, which is included in Unit 2 of Education NET Syllabus. Origin of NCF 2005. National Policy on Education 1986 assigns NCERT to prepare and promote National Curriculum Framework. For the first time, it was framed and published by NCERT in the year 1975, followed by 1988, 2000 and 2005. NCF 2005 is the latest and fourth one. And the chairman of the NCF 2005 was Professor Yashpal. NCF 2005 was published to ensure the highest standard of education, which is expected by NCERT to review school curriculum. National Policy on Education 1986, Program of Action 1992, Chattopadhyay Commission 1984, Learning Without Burden Yashpal Commission 1993 plays a vital role in the formation of NCF 2005. Chairman Dr. Yashpal set up a national steering committee comprised with 35 members, including various teachers, principals, scholars, NCERT faculty members, NGO representatives, representatives of MHRD, Government of India, and 21 national focus group was there behind the NCF 2005. About NCF 2005. NCF 2005 is just a document which provides a framework to school and teacher to serve knowledge according to learner's need or requirement. It provides a suggestive guidelines for the various aspects of education, such as educational purpose, educational experience, assessment of the learner, etc. NCF 1975, 1988, 2000 were totally based on behaviorist psychology, whereas NCF 2005 was based on constructivist psychology. NCF 2005 provides the guideline how to shift the education procedure from rote learning to connect the knowledge with outside world. It ensures quality, quantity, and universalization of education. Background of NCF 2005. The situations or the measures which forced to formulate NCF 2005. These are: education was not flexible and dynamic at that time, and which always resist learner in spite of to motivate them. Learning was not related to real life. It became isolated activity. Creative thinking did not get encouragement. Education pretends to make future better by ignoring the present. Lacking of quality education was also observed with inequality and inequity. Personality development was also neglected in learning situation. NCF 2005 includes perspectives, learning and knowledge, curricular area, school and classroom environment, and systemic reform. Perspectives. Perspectives of NCF 2005 was framed based on past articulations. Learning is to be shifted from rote method. Learning must be constructive by nature. Knowledge is to be connected with outside world. Knowledge should not only be transmitted from the teacher, and learner will not be receive it passively. Examination should be integrated into classroom learning, and it must be flexible in nature. Examination will be a continuous process and it should be contextual. Curriculum must be enriched because it needs to be beyond it needs to go beyond the textbook. Democratic commitment should be fulfilled. It means teacher, learner, all will participate to construct knowledge. Next is learning and knowledge. Focus on child as an active learner. In this point, we can say that child is the center point of teaching learning procedure. As an instructor, teacher should encourage child's interest, their experience, their participative mentality, their voice and thinking process. Child is not a passive knowledge receiver. They also can construct knowledge. Teacher should recognize the talent or innate ability of children to construct knowledge. For longer retention of any concept, teachers should engage their children in any activity. It may be critical thinking, brainstorming, collaborative learning, etc. In teaching learning process, teacher will play a role of facilitator who will provide the study material or engage the learners in any activity by which children will construct knowledge by themselves. Next is critical pedagogy. Critical pedagogy is a teaching method. It will help to raise the critical consciousness of learners regarding oppressive social condition. It is a very good teaching method in which teacher and student relationship becomes very flexible. So it should be included in learning process. And stereotype must be avoided regarding learning ability. Curriculum should focus on holistic development of children. NCF 2005 provides the suggestive guidelines in terms of curricular areas, which includes language, mathematics, science, peace education, and so on. First thing is language. Three-language formula was recommended since education policy of 1953, then again in Kothari Commission. So it was not implemented in such a way. So there was a long-term lacuna in the implementation of three-language formula. Again in 2005, NCF 2005, it was recommended to implement the three-language formula nationwide. Next is multilingual education should be imparted. Not only the three-language formula, but also multilingual education should be imparted nationwide. In primary level, mother tongue or regional language should be used. Language teacher must have the language proficiency. Reading, writing, listening and speaking are the basic things in terms of any curricular area. So it must be the basis of curriculum planning. In terms of mathematics, schools should make favorable environment to learn math, and the instructors should bring out the children from the fear of mathematics. Enhance the interest to solve mathematical problems, as well as it develops the learning mathematics always develops the thinking power, okay, through which they visualize abstractions and can formulate and solve the problem as well as the real life problem. Then science, to nurture thinking process, curiosity and creativity, teaching science is mandatory. Rote learning must be replaced by experimentation method. Social science, to promote problem solving abilities and critical thinking of learners, deep insight is needed. And social science cater this need. To explore higher level knowledge, In different disciplines, social science learning is mandatory because it has an interdisciplinary approach. Art education. Art education helps to bring about the complete development of students' personality, and it will strengthen mental health of a learner. Next is health and physical education. To deal with psychosocial issues in home, school, society, community, etc., physical education plays a very important role. It helps students to become a responsible citizen. Then, study of peace or peace education. It promotes learners to develop patience, endurance, concentrations, cooperate, acceptance capacities very easily. Okay, the next is work and education. Work experience, work education, craft based education, life oriented education, generic education, etc. always helps to develop positive attitude, skills, and holistic development of children. In terms of school and classroom environment, we can say that the school should be spacious, it should be peaceful, colorful. Okay, there should be trees, plants, flowers, toys for the children. Class size should be not more than 1 is to 30. Democratic practice must be there in the classroom. Participatory environment should be there. And in terms of textbook, interactive space should be included in the textbook. Interactive in the sense question answer will be there. There should be a space for the children to put their thinking, to draw their uh, visualization. Okay, and the textbook must be well written, well designed, and well edited. There should be provision of lot of exercises. Now, systemic reform. In NCF 2005, systemic reform, it says that education must be shifted from teacher centric to learner centric. Common school systems should be implemented nationwide. Teacher must play a role of reflective practitioner. Reflective in the sense they should reflect on a particular content in the classroom. Multidisciplinary focus must be ensured. Continuous assessment should be there in education system. Curriculum must be flexible. Content based assessment should be shifted to problem solving and competency based assessment. Open ended question to be asked in the examination so that learner can put their own ideas. Short term examination must be there. Guidance and counseling should be imparted in education system. Be connected with my channel to get more information about each topic of UGC NET Education Syllabus. I am also taking online class based on Education NET Syllabus Paper 2, solving previous year questions with explanation to understand the pattern and trend of UGC NET exam. Interested candidate comment me in the chat box.